nice. That's nice.
She messaged me after, so she said she had fun.
We do have people watching.
Yeah, we do.
Like it.
Yeah.
Are we live right now then? I think we might be.
Yes, I believe we are.
Oh yeah, we are live.
Perfect. Well, we can go ahead and get started then. Yeah, welcome to Bharatanatyam and Ballet. If this is your first time, this is a technique class with 30 minutes of Bharatanatyam and 30 minutes of ballet. Feel free to check out some of the other videos. We kind of break things down a little more step by step. And we encourage you to come join us in class, even if you've never taken one of these classes before. We'll really kind of tailor it towards you and make sure that you kind of feel comfortable, and we'd love to give you guys feedback as well. So without further ado, I'm Anita. I'm one of the Bharatanatyam instructors, and I use the pronoun she, her.
I'm Anjali. I'm also one of the Bharatanatyam instructors, and I use the pronoun she, her as well.
Hi, I'm Shruti, and I'm also one of the Bharatanatyam instructor, and I also go by she, her.
I'm Kristen. I'm one of the ballet instructors, and I use she, her.
I'm Jackie. I'm the other ballet instructor, and I use the pronoun she, her.
All right, what are we starting with today?
I think we did ballet first last week.
That's what I think so as well, but
yeah,
wanted to double check if wanted by somebody. All right, we'll get started then. I have a little bit of a different view today, so I need to adjust to see the floor. Should be able to stand somewhere in the middle. Yeah, I can see myself. All right, so we'll get started with Namaskaram. I guess by this point, we should be pretty comfortable with this. Again, now that we're going further along with the different adavus, this is just really nice to now really implement in any of these hastas that we're doing. Even this really, it applies for here too, that we don't hold our hands too close to our chest. We want to keep it a little bit further away. Nice Adamandi, nice Muramandi, nice Samam, which was standing. So really we can implement all of the things that we're learning as we go back to Namaskaram as well, so just as a little reminder. So we'll start. Dalangu takadimi takatadingi natom takadimi takajanu 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 ta. Cool. So starting off with nade, a little bit of a slower speed. Again, nice arms, shouldn't be too far back, not too forward, just nice poised posture. Talangu takadimi takadadigi natom takadimi takajanu 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 takadimi. Okay. One more time, a little faster. Oh, it's kind of nice to change up the view. I myself haven't danced in this area as much. All right, a little bit faster. Dalangu takadimi takadadigi natom takadimi takajanu 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 takadimi. All right, so I think for today, we're going to jump straight into Kudisha Metadu. So we'll start with, I think Shruti will be dancing the first one for us. So I'll go back to her the spotlight, and Anita will be doing the Sholugata. So again, as a review, this is kind of the adavu that we've currently been learning. So for today, we're going to kind of just start with this so that we can kind of hop into the second as more of the focus for today. So with that, Anita, I'll let you take it.
Sure. So I think we'll just do a quick review of the feet, a quick review of the hands, and then put them together just to make sure that we all remember and everything's fresh. So again, like with the feet, we're just going up for they, ha, and then for the ha part, we put it down, and then they, he, put it down again. So let's just put our hands on our kind of our hips. Yeah, we'll review the hands in a bit, and just making sure that you're keeping your posture straight. All right. So talang gutak gutak ta dingin tom tei ha tei he tei ha tei he again tei ha tei he tei ha tei he. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna add the hands again. So we're gonna start out. You're gonna go from Kataka to Ala Padma and look towards your right hand. We'll just add the look. Again, if the look is too much, just focus on changing your hands. But the look, as Anjali mentioned, maybe kind of helps a little bit. So you're gonna look towards your right for that first they, ha, and then they, he, you look to the front. Then Shruti showing, you'll go to the center, they, ha. Do that abhitta, that double-handed gesture, looking down, and then they, he. Back out to the front, and you're looking, or to the side, and you're looking to the front. And then your left side, it just means you look to the left first. So then you'll go they, ha, look to your left. They, he, look to your front. They, ha, look down. They, he, look straight. Perfect. So we're just going to run through the hands separately just to make sure that we just practice that super quick. So, talang gutak dimita kuta dinginatum tei ha tei he tei ha tei he tei ha tei he tei ha tei he. It looks really good. So we're gonna put those two together and do a couple rounds of the first Kudichimata. So, talang gutak dimita kuta dinginatum tei ha tei he tei ha tei he tei ha tei he tei ha tei he. Good. Yay. That looked really good. Do we wanna, I think we can keep it at this speed, right? No need to increase it. Yeah. Do we just want to do that once more and then we'll kind of proceed to show the second? Okay. Talang gutak gutak dingina tom tei ha tei he tei ha tei he tei ha tei he tei ha tei he. Okay, good job. I got something in my throat. I'm just gonna drink some water. Okay, perfect. Do we want to switch the spotlight then to me to go through the second one?
Yes, sounds good. So,
and Shruti, feel free to add anything as well. Okay, perfect. Okay, so for the second one, something that we talked about, this is kind of that Arabe where it's like, is it patting your stomach, rubbing your stomach and patting your head, where your feet and your hands and your body are kind of doing different things. So far we've been pretty straight, where we've just, I'm just gonna go through the hands. So we've just kind of been doing this and we're straight. What we're gonna start to do is we're gonna start to add torso movements. So in subsequent steps, we'll be going kind of like to the forward and kind of leaning to the side. But for this one, we're gonna be kind of twisting to the back. So I'm just gonna show it holistically together so you get an idea of what it is. And then we can kind of break that down a little bit. Shruti or Anjali, do you want to say Solkata really quick for this one?
I'll be doing it.
Okay.
Okay. Dalangu takadimi takata dingina tom tei ha tei he tei ha tei he tei ha tei he tei ha tei he.
So yeah, I apologize for the backlight with my blinds, so sunsets on that side. But as you can see, this is more of like a torso twist. Would you say that's right, Shruti, too? I know that I think you learned it this way. So you're basically twisting your torso and your hand, and it's very similar to Pakkadava. Almost think of it like you're at that point where you did that ta, te, ta, and then go back. Thanks, Jackie. So I think maybe what would make sense is maybe like practicing the feet maybe with the torso separately and just seeing how that feels and if there's any questions about that. Does that sound good?
Yeah, this I would also say is pretty similar to Pakkadava in terms of the movement. The only difference is the turning happens a little bit more quickly. So Pakkadava, the first one, you have time. You have almost a ta, te, ta, which is, right, your full count to get all the way around and turn your torso and bring this back. Versus this one, it's almost like you're turning back over your shoulder, bringing it back, and turning over your shoulder and bringing it back. The same properties apply though, where if you want to take maybe like 2 steps back, 2 shuffles, feet back, yeah, right there. So you can, when she brings her, for Pakkadava actually, if you want to switch to that one quickly, when she brings her hands forward, her left hand doesn't, I guess, move too much. It's only moving because her torso is turning. It still stays in the same position, even though it gives the illusion of it scooting over a little bit. It's only because your torso is moving versus your actual hands are pretty much staying in that same kind of framework that we have in front of us. So the only difference is here is because it's a little bit faster, that they had, they, he, and there's different variations of this step, but it's a pretty basic step. You're just turning back a little bit faster and you don't have a full, 4 count or 8 count to get all the way back there. What else with this one? I would say same thing, kind of keeping the shoulders like Anita's doing, keeping that framework of the shoulders and hands in front of you. One nice thing here is very similar to second Pakkadava. If we remember, we had that really nice arc. With the hands, where it nicely forms that you have the let me put it this way, we have the opportunity here to do the same thing with our hands, especially in slower speeds, which is really elongate that movement and nicely make that arch going to the back and coming back. Again, the reason why torso movement is also very important here is we don't want to strain our shoulders. So if you want to, yeah, right there, we don't want to overextend our arm. It's not meant to like pull the arm out of the socket, think of it as like at least when I'm reaching for, if I'm sitting in the driver's seat and I'm reaching back into the back seat, it's never smart to just like twist your hand without turning your torso a little bit, because you can overextend your arm. And it has happened to me before. So especially, it's the same concept in the stance move. It has happened to me in dance before. It's the same concept in the stance move, where we really want to focus on practicing turning our torso, that too, because it's quicker, so we can get that same movement. If that's a little difficult right now, work your way up to it. Make sure to not overexert your arm. And it's better if when you're twisting, the hand doesn't land completely in the back, but somewhere to the angle. That's more important than throwing out your arm to the back, I would say.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, the goal is to have it be behind you, just like we get there in the first Pakkadava. It is, when you get to faster speeds with this, it's more difficult because your torso is literally, twisting side to side pretty quickly.
For sure. In faster speeds, like I probably just go this distance, right? Like it's too hard. Like you'll probably pull something or strain something if you go that fast. So.
Right. I think that is all that I have for this one. I think same things apply, where because we're twisting, it's really easy in this one, especially because we're not going from side to side, that the minute that we start twisting our body like that, suddenly we're standing up. So it's really important to remember to sit in Adamundi here. Yeah, the minute we start twisting, it's really easy to lift and for those knees to slowly start to straighten. So that's another really important thing to keep in mind.
Yeah. I think like you mentioned, because I'm even noticing like I have to consciously keep my shoulders. I feel like this one, it's very easy to kind of let the shoulders move. So I think that's important for this one.
Yeah, definitely. And this is like probably a good next one to learn. There's different variations of this step. Adding kind of, I think, Anita, you were doing the side to side movement earlier.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you add that.
Yep, that adds that with the twisting, but this is kind of nice that we do first because we learn one type of movement and then we can add on the next. Yeah, I think other than that, maybe we try with just arms and do sholokutta with just arms. It's nice
So
to maybe, because since we're focusing
going side to side, then maybe just with the arms, or
yeah, or like coming back, but just standing in place.
Okay, so still twisting the torso, maybe.
Yeah. And maybe even if an option for people at home watching this is to sit down, kind of like Anita is doing, and focus on it. Again, the movement will still feel different the minute that you add the legs, though. This is one of them that almost like you do have to practice it both ways because the twisting will feel different the minute that you add the legs in. But just to memorize for the hands, I guess we can just do hands first. Okay. And then before we start, Shruti, do you have anything to add in?
I know you got all my points, so you're good to go.
Sounds good. All right, so we'll go very slowly. Dalangu taka dimitaka ta dingina tom te ha te he te ha te he te ha te he te ha te he. Again, te ha te he te ha te he te ha te he te ha te he. All right. One thing I'm just going to point out here, and Anita's doing a really good job of showing it, so just a good reminder, whether we're doing this or not, is keeping those hastas really nice and taut and straight. If you can see her kataka mukha, none of those fingers are kind of, they're not like little weeping willows. They're nice and look like a nice little caterpillar bug. I don't know where my analogies are today. And especially also when she changes from that kataka to alapatma. So kataka to alapatma, we've done in many advus now. So we're getting really used to that movement. Another thing that we want to remember is just like in second pakarava, we want to keep that arc nice and straight and really extend the arms. I think we said that earlier, and that applies to not just the arm, but also the hand and the wrist. So there will be times in Bharatanatyam where there's different types of dance. There's one, just like as a side note, there's something called lasya, which is also like a very more graceful, a little bit more bending, and you'll get those types of moves in dances, but usually for just the advu itself, we like to keep the arms nice and strong as just a good base point. So always just remember that it applies to both the arm, but also the wrist through the fingertip. You want to make sure not to, we don't want that breaking of the wrist is what we kind of call it. We want to kind of just keep that nice and straight. All right.
Can I ask quick?
Of course.
I find myself kind of like slowly changing between the hands. Should it be kind of like a quick change, or is it sort of like a slow as you go?
I feel like, I don't know, actually you can answer.
It's somewhere in the middle of those two. Yeah. As slow as you go to me means almost like, when they say like, oh, take your time to transition to it till when it gets to that point, it's definitely not that. It's not like, oh, I only want Alapadma when it gets to the back. You want Alapadma along the way. Let me put it that way. But maybe it's not as because the arc, I guess, and maybe you can see me, but if you're on YouTube, you're going to watch Anita right now. So Anita, if you want to mirror me, the second pakarava has more that abrupt up movement, and you have 4 whole counts to go to the side. So it allows for you to make that change to Alapadma more distinct because there's more time. This one, you're just going back and forth. Therefore, it's somewhere in the middle of, you don't need to wait till you get all the way to the back to unravel the hand, but you also don't need to like shoot up and then go back. Does that make a little bit more sense?
Yeah, I think because the beat, like, in Pakarava, you have that like, da.
You have that beat. Yeah.
But this one, it's like, they, huh? And it has to be back there. So I find myself, like, it doesn't shoot up, but definitely as I'm making that arc, already here, it's in that Alapadma, and then just it'll land there.
Correct.
So definitely not like a, I think it's,
Talkative, you have more time, basically. There's 4 whole counts. Therefore, you have that distinct beat where your hand shoots up and it goes to the side. This one, the beats don't really allow for that. It's a more sudden transition. But definitely, I guess what you can think of it as what it shouldn't be is when I think of it as like, oh, I have this whole count to get there. You don't have to think of it as like, oh, only when I get to the back, I unravel my hand, and I have to be somewhere here before that. You don't have to think of it that way.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, it is 7:25, so maybe we'll try this together very slowly, very premature. That we're do it again next week because again, we haven't done it with the feet and the hands together. We already practiced just feet today for the first, so we don't need to do just feet now. But let's just put it together once. Actually, let's do hands one more time standing, then put it together with feet, and then we'll do namaskaram and we'll call it a day. All right, so just hands. All right. And remember, nice torso movement. If you're feeling confident, do the feet, but I feel like on video, we will just do hands right now. Talangu takadimi takata dinginatom tei ha tei he tei ha tei he tei ha tei he tei ha tei he. Again, tei ha tei he tei ha tei he tei ha tei he tei ha tei he. Awesome. That looks really, really good. For those that I can see right now in video, I really like how everyone maintained their elbows didn't drop. So I actually have not made that reminder that elbows should not drop when your torso turns. And everybody I can see on camera right now, both Shruti and I are like clapping because everybody's elbows like were really, really nice here. And the shoulders were down. So just like posture-wise looked fantastic. So definitely keep it up. Let's try one more time, and this will be the last one we'll do, and we'll do namaskaram and switch for the day. Try adding the feet. Again, if it feels weird, just come and stand again. That's okay. We'll focus on it more in the coming weeks. All right, so let's just try it with the Adamandi. Again, remember, each beat, te ha, you have time to go on your feet. Te ha, come down on the ha, and te hi, again, you come down when your foot comes back. So they're doing slightly different things, but let's just try it today very raw, okay? Talangu takadimi takata dinginatom tei ha tei hi tei ha tei hi tei ha tei hi tei ha tei hi. Again, tei ha tei hi tei ha tei hi tei ha tei hi tei ha tei hi. All right, for throwing you guys out there, that was actually very good. It's really interesting because it's really, it's like a little clap. No, it's really interesting to see the minute that you put the hands and feet together for this one. There is sometimes I can see for those on video, it's the first time we've tried it. So it's okay to just get this idea out there. Right now, what is happening is the feet, when they go down on the heel, there's almost a small hesitation because we're trying to time it with the hands going back, and it feels a little jerky right now, and that's completely normal. So I wanted to actually just be honest that that's happening for everybody I see on screen, but that is what should be happening. That's normal because you're trying to figure out the beats with making that seamless transition of, okay, my hands are reaching back, but my heels I'm also going on my toes to my heels. Again, it's what Anita said earlier. It's that rubbing the belly, patting the head type of feeling. So I felt that small hesitation and jerk, but that's completely normal. So I'm actually, more than that, everybody was on time. Shruti, I think you saw that too. Everybody had the right beat and the right time, and that's important at this point because we're going to be needing that timing for the rest of this.
Totally.
So any other questions though? Again, this is that was very preliminary today, just to get that feeling in. It kind of gets more complex as, again, we keep on hopping like that, but then we start twisting our body in different directions as we're trying to sit. So we kind of feel, again, it's a little bit of a jumpy step. So, all right, I think we are good then to move on to Namaskaram for the day. Stand up here. Oh, okay. Again, same as what we did earlier today. We're starting with the same hands that we just did. We'll start in a couple seconds. Dalangu taka dimi taka taringenatom taka dimi taka janu 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 ta. Awesome job, guys. Any other questions? All right, I think we're good to switch over then. Right on time today.
Yeah, wow.
Kristen, Jackie, who would like to be in the spotlight?
You can spotlight me.
All right. I like that, Jackie. It's very, very summery, very nice and colorful.
Thank you.
Your leggings always match your soft gear really well.
Yeah. Thank you. It was on purpose.
Your shirt's the same color as like Shruti's pants.
I can't see your pants right now.
Yeah. They're
But
very
yeah, I mean, if you're on YouTube, link below for this shirt.
Yeah.
Color.
You've been waiting for that color? You've been waiting?
No, there's lots of different colors. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You go, Jackie.
I was just gonna say, so we were thinking today we'd introduce something new, but I'm wondering if we want to do pliés first and then introduce it, or what do you want to do, Kristen?
I want to do pliés first.
Okay.
I can't do big kicks without doing pliés and tendus first.
Okay, so we'll do pliés and tendus, and then we'll learn something new today. So that'll be exciting and something to look forward to. Okay, so we'll just do our typical pliés, demi, grand plié in first, second, fourth, and fifth, and then cambrés. And if you are watching on YouTube and you don't know this combination, just watch a previous video. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, allongé, 5, 6, 7, 8, demi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, grand plie, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, tendu second, demi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, grand plie, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, runners on fourth, demi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, fifth, demi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, first, cambray, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, back, 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 5, 6, 7, side, 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 5, 6, 7, other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, tendu fifth, soutenu, plie, we'll tendu first, we'll do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, allongé, 5, 6, 7, 8, demi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, tendu second, demi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, runners on fourth, Demi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, time to fifth. Demi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, time to first. Cambray, 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 5, 6, 7, back, 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 5, 6, 7, side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Tandu fifth, Susu, Soutenu, plie, and close. Sorry if those sirens are loud. Been going off all night. Let's do tendus and dégagés together quickly, and then we'll learn the new steps. It's coming towards me. Sorry. So we'll do it from first. We'll practice that porte-bras, which we had kind of gone through the last few weeks, or we'll do it from fifth. I'm sorry, not first. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tendu 1, 2, 3, 4. Battement tendu jeté 5, 6, 7, 8. So that was 5. So it will switch when going to the side. So you'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Goes back 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reminder, I didn't even show it. Your hands out in second, and your head is following where your leg is closing, the working leg. And then we'll do it to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Close front 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll do the other side. Any questions or comments before we get going? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, allongé, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plie, Susu, Soutenu, plie, and close. Anything before we do the left side? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, allongé, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plie, Susu, Soutenu, plie, and close. Yay. So do we want to do developes now?
Yeah. I feel ready now.
Okay. Do you want to do envelopes as well, or just developes?
Let's maybe just do developes today.
Okay. So what a develope is, or what it means, is it means to develop or unfold. And that's sort of what your leg is going to look like. Like most of the exercises we do at the bar, it can be done to the front, to the side, or to the back. So we typically will do this en croix, front side, back side, like we do with most of our exercises. And so it's a pretty, you've learned all the pieces of this. So it's just sort of putting the pieces together. And developes are typically done towards the end of your bar after you've been completely warmed up. So if we were doing a full ballet class, we would have done our, rond de jambes and frappes and our grand battements and all of that typically before the develope.
We always did grand battement at the very end.
Yeah, maybe grand battements would be at the end.
We would do, oh my gosh, the slow one, lant.
Mm-hmm.
Lant.
Mm-hmm.
With battement develope. And then we would do like the petite battements as like their own exercise. And then at the end, we would do grand battement.
Oh, interesting.
And I remember I've done like, why do we have to do these stupid petite battements? Why can't we just get to the grand battements, the fun part?
We normally did petite battement as a part of frappes.
Yeah,
so.
It's like a little earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
why.
It typically follows somewhat of a similar trend, but I would say once the legs get above 90 degrees, it kind of gets intertwined or at that 90 degrees. So anyway, I also had a ballet instructor who had a rule, no legs above 90 degrees before double digits in the morning. So, so just kind of funny. So what a develope looks like anyway, is you're gonna start in fifth position. You could also start in first, but I think it's easier from fifth. And the first action is that you're gonna scoop that foot up into sur la coup de pied. So that's your first action. And as you do that, you want that knee kind of cranking out. So you're engaging your entire glutes and core and everything, inner thighs to engage that. From here, all you do is you continue that you scoop that foot, you continue that scooping. So your foot's in retire, or some people call this passe. Technically, it's not passe unless it switches to the other side, but most people will just call it passe. So you go to this position. And again, like we've taught this before, but it was a long time ago. So just kind of your foot, I would say different styles of ballet will have this a little differently. Mine, typically my toes are just like right below my knee a little bit. But you can have them, some people will have them more across, some people will have them more to the side. It's okay as long as it's in that vicinity. What's important is that you're not putting any weight. You don't want your foot resting in there. You want it lifted and just touching. And then you also want to make sure your hips are as flat as possible. There will be slight lifting, but for the most part, you don't want to be doing that. So keeping your hips square. From there, I'm going to grab a chair. So from this retire position, all you're doing is leading kind of with like your heel and that kind of showing off the gem of your foot. So you're leading with that to straighten the leg forward. And you lift it as high as you can. For me right now, I'm not as flexible as I used to be, so it's not quite even at 90 degrees, but the goal is to lift it as high as possible. And then you just bring it down to a tendu and close to fifth. So that's your develope. You scoop, retire, you bring it forward, and then you bring it down. And then you do the same thing to the side. Scoop, bring it up to retiré, bring it out to the side, tendu, and back. And then we'll do it in Arabesque, which we've learned Arabesque before, right? So you're doing a scoop to retiré, bring it back. Again, you want your chest moving with your leg. Bring it to Arabesque, tendu, close, and then you do it to the side. Tendu, close. It's okay if you're, because of your hip flexibility or just your strength even, it's okay if your leg is lower or higher. And it's okay if your retiré doesn't quite get all the way up to your knee. Right now, mine's not all the way up to your knee. Some people's retiré is up here. Right now, this is where mine is, and that's okay. Goal is to always get it higher. And so same with your développé. It's okay if your développé and your retiré are here and out. That's entirely okay too, and correct. No, go ahead.
Should we real quick review just those sur la coup de pied positions, just to help people kind of like get them in their head, since we're using it for this exercise?
Yes. Let me get my camera by my feet. So to the front.
To like help you remember these positions, because they come up a lot. So we have, and sur la coup de pied is on the edge of the toe, right, Jackie? What is it?
At the end of the foot.
At the end of the foot. So see how Jackie has her toe kind of like halfway in between her leg. So that's devant, to the front. And then I think the back one is where our instructors had different preferences. Jackie's teacher had her touch. Oh yeah, sorry. Jackie's teacher had her touch her ankle to your leg, right, Jackie?
Mm-hmm.
And my teacher had us touch our toe halfway between our leg again. So it was the same as the one in the front. And then that way we could just drag our toe kind of like all the way up the back of our leg, getting ready to go into the développé. When do you switch yours, Jackie, when you do it?
I think it just passes through that into the.
Okay. So like, now I gotta try.
It kind of, it sort of blazes past. It doesn't, the main thing I think is keeping that connection. So for mine, it's just more crossed, I guess. So it's starting here and it doesn't quite hit this point. It sort of skips it to like what is maybe an inch above that or 2 inches above that. So if you were to go here up, mine just sort of moves up there.
Yeah.
Both are fine, and it's kind of, I suggest you to try both and see what feels best for you, if it's going straight to here and going up, or if it's starting here and moving your way up. Both look perfectly fine, as long as you're kind of thinking about that scooping of the foot and tracing your toe up your leg.
Yeah. And then there's conditional, which we're not using for this exercise, but that's the one where your foot is wrapped with the heel in the front and the toe behind. So we've used that in other exercises before, and we will again once we do petit mat batmas. Yeah. Hope that's helpful.
Okay. So how is everyone feeling about just any questions or anything about what développés are or how to do them?
Should we try them?
Yes. Okay. So I think what we'll do, you can do a port de bras. You can, typically when I do it, I'll like kind of have my arm follow my leg, but I think right now we can sort of we can just put our hands on our hips or keep them out in second, kind of whatever you prefer right now. If it's helpful to have your arm follow your leg, do it. But I think for right now, I'm probably going to keep my hands on my hips just so I can focus on keeping my hips level. But do whatever you feel comfortable with, or if you want to explore, go for it. So we'll do 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6, close 7, 8. Coupe 1, 2, retiré 3, 4, out 5, 6, close 7, 8. And we'll do the back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll do to side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll just do one on cross to start. I'm sure that'll fire our legs up enough.
Yep. I don't know if you noticed, but when we do the one to the side, the first time it goes, the sur le coude plié starts in the front and goes up the front of your leg. And then when we do it the second time, because we're in the back, it starts in the back and goes up the back of the leg. So just a little detail, but I think it's nice to include that.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's try it, and no judgment. This is a judgment-free zone. Just do your best, and if you have questions, we'll go over them after we try it this first time. 1, 2, 3, 4, allongé, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, close 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, close 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, close 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, close 7, 8. Plie, sous, soutenu, plie, close. Good job, everyone.
Yeah. Any questions before we go to the next slide? A reminder is to really think about not sickling that foot. It's going to be really hard on this one because that toe is like touching. So you really need to think about like activating the ankle to wing out that toe or keep it straight as opposed to sickling. I think I saw the most sickling as we were coming up to passe, and then the feet kind of straightened out as we extended.
Can you show sickling again? How would sickling look like?
Yeah.
So that's sickling, and that's not.
Oh, okay. So kind of your ankle is not straight, like kind of in line with your leg.
Yeah, so that would be doing it sickled.
Oh,
and
okay.
Would be doing it not.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Are you not familiar with the farm tool, a sickle?
That makes sense. That's where the name came from.
Like, how did that happen? That this thing in ballet ended up being referred to as a farm tool that I don't even know what a sickle looks like hardly. I think it has a hook.
I think too, what's helpful, especially in the beginning, to maybe think about so that you don't sickle. For some people, I think different things work for different people. For some people, just thinking about pushing that ankle forward helps. For others, I think, especially with the développé, thinking about tracing like only your big toe on your foot. Your other toes might touch, or on your leg. Your other toes might touch, but if you think about pushing that big toe forward, sometimes that helps with the not sickling.
For me, I think it's thinking about how good my foot looks when it's winged out.
Or how good it looks in my head versus reality.
It's purely vanity.
Yeah. So before we go to the other side, one thing I don't know if I mentioned it so much in the beginning. So typically developers, now they will be a part, they're unique in that, not unique, but like some steps that we do at the bar, they're steps that they are a step that we would do in a dance, but it also is a stepping stone for other things. So like a developpé is also part of a leap, right? That's something you would do in a leap. That's the first part of a leap, but it is also something you would put in a dance. And typically developpés, especially when they're done out in the center. So after you do bar in class, you go and you do technique class in the center. It's typically a part of adagio, which is like the really slow moving, beautiful exercises. So developpés are typically really slow moving, really working on a lot of that strength. So just kind of some background for you, but they're also a really great building block because you will use that movement in a faster speed for as like a piece of another step too, if that makes sense. Okay, so we'll do the left side. I don't know what time it is. Okay, so we'll do the left side and then we'll do reverence. 1, 2, 3, 4, allongé, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, close, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, close, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, close, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, close, 7, 8. Allongé and close. Yay!
Nice job with the not sickling everyone. That looked like a million times better.
What were these ones called again?
Developpé.
Developing. Okay.
That
Who
was,
developed?
I was gonna say
It's
that
like
was
the,
tough.
oh,
It was a good, I don't know, it was a good like workout, but it's definitely involving a lot, I feel like, of muscles and stuff.
I always
Yeah.
feel really pretty when I'm doing these.
oh, I feel like not good when I do these.
Oh no?
I feel like it's like, oh, I can't get, maybe because there was always someone with a leg higher next to me. I just couldn't enjoy it.
The slow ones feel so arduous, but these feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, you'll do, like, I just remember them being like 1, 2, 3, 4. And it was like so slow. And you were just like, and your legs are like shaking and you're like, oh. One thing I did want to put, so a few weeks ago too, we did our rond de jambes and we did the rond de jambes on layer where you do this. So you can also, something that way further in the future, but something that you would maybe add in an adagio is that you would do a developpé and then you would do that rond de jambe on layer. So it's just kind of cool thing that happens sometimes. It's way further in advance, but just thought I'd point it out because we've learned both pieces now. So, yeah. Okay, should we do reverence?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's stand in B+. And we'll step across and curtsy, across, curtsy, we'll bow, bow, across, bow. Yay.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm glad we added that today.
Me too.
That was fun. With the heat, my legs are so swollen that when I was going up into the passe, I couldn't get as far as I know I can because my like swollen legs.
I feel like I couldn't like close in fifth. I was like, my legs are, I mean, I've been going to the gym since I got vaccinated, but I'm like, I did not gain that much muscle. Like, like my legs aren't closing. So, it's okay.
Yeah.
That was really good. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
What do we
Any
have?
other questions or comments from either of the two?
No.
Announcements? Anything fun coming up?
I think we had, last week they had the in-person / YouTube live class. So the next one should be probably the first Thursday in July would be my guess. But just keep an eye out on SAATH social media for more on that. And buy our swag. And that's all I have.
Yeah. I suppose see you next week then, right?
Next week, same time.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.